Welcome back, Red Talks. You already know what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you go over to the Spotify and check out the exclusive episodes, because more time we put our episodes on the Spotify before they come out on the YouTube. So if you don't know, get to know that. That's where we're putting exclusive episodes. And there's some episodes on the Spotify that's not actually on the YouTube or on any other platform. We've just got it on the Spotify. And this week, yeah, I've got podcasters on my podcast. Yeah. If you don't know, Chat Nuff, come down and support the brother. So introduce yourself, my brothers.
KB Jones, Chat Nuff Podcast.
And I'm Ty, Chat Nuff Podcast.
Come on. So today we're going to have a very healthy and respectful conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Always, brother, always.
So like the topic that I wanted to discuss this week was about do black men get demonized in the media? And the reason why I chose this topic is because what I've seen over the years of me being young up until now is that whenever a black celebrity does something, or black athlete, black celebrity, the media always pushes it more than they push any other thing. And then we have the media that's pushing it, and then you have our own people that are pushing it as well. So it's like, you're demonized for something of a human mistake, because I've never knew any other race of people not being able to do things. Why is it only pushed to the front? Like, I never forget when they were saying Michael Jackson was a paedophile and all this.
Oh, bro.
And
Wacko Jacko and that.
As mad as it was, like from the outlook of it, just one look at him, you'd have thought, he's a paedophile. But when you really know his life, my man never really had a childhood. Like, we can say we had childhoods. He was just getting beaten, told to dance. Like, obviously you're going to have some sort of mental health after the years.
100%.
So like, his skin went mad, you know what I'm saying? Still made hits, still made bangers, man still listened to him, man still done the dance, everything. Everyone's childhood was good because of Michael Jackson, and then one day, bam, he's a paedophile.
Do you think that's sort of linked to like cancel culture, we might as well say?
From back in the day, yeah.
From then, yeah. You think
but they use something that they know that all people universally will agree on. Does that make sense? What else could they got Michael for? Not having children.
Yeah. See, not much at all.
You know what I'm saying? Some people say that he's guilty, whatever, but like, I'm pretty sure I've saw stories of them little kids saying, I just done it for the money. Yeah, I done it for the money. He never done anything to me.
But you know what? Even funny you saying that, because before I remember being a youth, and I remember, because remember Home Alone?
Yeah.
I remember being a youth, and I remember him and Macaulay Culkin together all the time. It was pushing that hard, and it was, if there was going to be any pop star that was going to be child friendly, it was going to be Michael Jackson. I mean, I don't know if it's to do with it, but I remember, what's that video called? Is it Remember the Time? Was he still with Lisa Presley then? Marie Presley? Yeah. Because if I was to ask other people, they might actually say, well, when he got with her, then the talk came out, innit? But like you're saying, with the paedophile thing, there's people that have been proven to have lied about it. There's people that are proven to... That one prime example, that's one of the few cases you ever see where there's been so much inconsistencies, but yet people still believe that narrative. Like you said, because it's something that's universally disowned. Yeah. But at the same time, you've got other people... Okay, you've got like let's say Jimmy Savile.
Thank you.
Same sort of thing.
Why is he not pushed to the forefront how R. Kelly's pushed to the forefront of our minds? So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying R. Kelly's innocent or anything he's done. I'm not saying that because, bruv, R. Kelly, I saw the video back in the day of him pissing on the girl. I saw it. I saw the video. It was like a DVD. They were selling it in the market, $2.99.
Probably market,
bro. Yeah. 9 Elms, you know. They were selling it in 9 Elms. The piss video, and I saw it, and you're young and you're friends and that. You're like, bro, what's my man doing? Bro, he's mad. So I knew that R. Kelly was a little bit not normal. But here's my thing now. Why is it pushed to the forefront so much when it's, bruv, you've got worse people out there that are politicians, that are celebrities doing worse, but they're not put out to the forefront. Why is that?
Bro, I mean, look, you know what as well? Okay, it's partly answering your question, but also adding to it as well. It also seems to be a certain sort of person, so some sort of celebrity, entertainer, athlete, something. It's always something quite fickle. It's almost the same, like, again, I'm thinking British, I'm thinking even sport, because even you've got something like, because I was thinking on the way here actually, So like, are you a football man?
Yeah.
So Stan Collingwood, he used to go out with what's her name? Presenter, blonde woman, Rika Johnson, and they used to be in a relationship. I remember in the media the whole thing of, I mean, I'm not disputing. Apparently, he did used to beat her, but I'm not condoning it. But he's not the first person. But the way they made out, like woman beater, abuser, all this stuff, it was just mad. And it's like you said, exemplified. But I think it seems to be even in normal society as well, because we seem to be the only group, I'm going to talk for the men at least, because we're the men, that something from the outside to something, let's say a celebrity does, or something that someone else does, the general population, including ourselves, attribute it to us normally. So I like, not even so much something like the R. Kelly stuff, but let's say something like the drill scene, for example, and certain perpetuations, whether we like it or not, even some of our own people attribute that to us as normal black men. Everyone else gets to be normal men, white, Asian, whatever, and then they've got the do-wrongs of their community. They're separate, and no one else gets to get counted like that, but we get counted for everything. It's mad as well, because at the same time I feel like black men are over. It's weird because we're over sexualized as well, which not everybody talks about this before.
I think that's one of the demonizations that they do to us. Think about it, bro. Man, I don't want to be over sexualized. You think about it.
The thing is that some of us do like it though.
No, but the only lives we like it is because we've been grown up to feel like this is something normal. You have to understand the thing. Why did some youths want to be gangsters? We're not even from that culture. It's not even part of our culture. Some of us come from different backgrounds where our families were like this or like that, kings, queens, all kinds of different things, like farmers. You know what I'm saying? My granddad was a farmer. Dad was a farmer. Where was gangster come into this? So what poisoned my mind to make me think that this was a right lifestyle to try and live? Do you see where I'm going? So there's some things that we get demonized that's not correct for us, but because we just take it on, then we get labeled with that narrative. Like they'll always say that black men are aggressive. Now that is a wrong concept. You could have a white man that's very aggressive, but he's showing microaggression. He's very subtle with it. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean he's not aggressive. It's just his way of forming of doing it. Now the way that some people from different nationalities even speak, it might even look aggressive, but it's not. Does that make sense? So we coming back to men, they over sexualizing us. This is something that's been done from the days of slavery, bro.
True. That's true.
When them women would stand there and say, "Put your trousers down," and they'll just look at him and just look at him. And then he's thinking, bruv, like, what's going on? Like, are you all right? Like, and she's just looking at him, and he's thinking, she's like, you got like, and he's like, to him it's normal. To his people, it's all normal. Does it make sense? But to her, it's like, so now from them times, it's always been a thing now where, we've over been, like in movies, you want to see us having sex, you want to see the black man's always moving to bare women. Bro, all nationalities of people got their own problems, bro. Like if you watch certain movies in these Pakistani movies, man's always wanting a second wife. Like it's things, I need a second wife. Like every single Pakistani movie has got a second wife involved in it. It's like a normal culture thing to them. But isn't that chasing gal as well? I want a different gal as well. So what's the difference between his culture and ours? Because we don't understand the language, you don't understand what's going on. But in their culture, they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys that are like, we get demonized for things that everybody else is doing, but it's micro. It's like it's over put out there because of us just being us. Does that make sense? And because they want an enemy in every form of life. There needs to be an enemy. I never forget when a white presenter said, this crime is like black on black crime. And I'll never forget, a car that was just murdered him.
Taking the piss.
Like what? In Scotland, who's the majority of people up there? He was guiding with statistics.
Yeah, because Glasgow's mad, bro.
He's saying, bro, it's only the tiny minority of people that you see this happening to. 9 out of 10 black men are just cutting through, living life, trying to take care of their families. Black men don't take care of their kids. Bro, I don't know where they got this from, and I don't know why we keep running with this. And we as black people need to stop this. Because if you say to me right now, do any of your friends not take care of their children? I've been looking in the air thinking, no.
I think, bro, thank you.
So I only know people that, so where does this come to? All right, you're telling me about some guy that I don't even know, but I'm telling you, in my community, all of my friends are full-time fathers.
See,
I know about 10 man. Right, I can put my phone up right now. 10 man, they're with their children right now. I can call man right. Where are you? Yeah, in the background, his son's with him. So what are you look? Where does this come from? Why are we spoken like this? There's white people that do that. There's Asian people that don't take care of their children. Why is it they only put the black men? I'll give you another reason now. And I'm about to go in now. Now the real destroyer of the community right now is the black women. Get to the black women to hate the black man, and you destroyed the black community. Simple. First thing, let's make them say that they don't need men. Bro, we're the only community of people that say that.
Yeah.
You don't see no Asian, bro, show me 20 Asian, you might have the little throwaway ones. I'm talking about the traditional Asian woman, bruv. She needs a man, he's giving her £500 a week. He's a man, you know what I'm saying? White man community, white man, he's got the sick job. Getting 100,000 a year. That woman's gonna say she don't want him. Who's gonna pay for the house, kids in a private school? Who?
You know what? Even if they don't have that, I find in them communities, if you did the equivalent to, if it was the equivalent to some of those communities, white, Asian, whatever, some of them men they go for ain't even well up. It's just they appreciate the equivalent of there's male and female, and they need the men in generally.
Yes.
Because I've seen them, and they're both broke as anything, as in they're both broke, but she's rolling with him. And if it was their black equivalent, she wouldn't even have looked at the guy twice. You know, even in somebody's, we talked about this as well, even in, I see this a lot in the Asian community particularly, the guy might be well off, but you know what I mean? My man's got the big old swole belly and like in terms of himself, he doesn't keep himself up, but there's value in other bits in there. Do you think our women don't value us? Do you think they ever did?
You see, the thing is, I believe that for years, they've been trying to destroy the black family and the black household. And one of the ways they done it is by introducing like things like benefits, giving them housing, all this stuff. It's like a build up until now on social media, we demonize the black man. So guess what? Black women are like, I don't want to be in a relationship if this is how men are. Now, see, this is the wrong thing. Listen to what they're saying, relationship. How come I don't hear all the women talk about marriage? Is that so? Now they're gonna say it's because men ain't looking for marriage. No, it's because you're not marriage material. I put it out there a few months ago. I said, you know, a woman's not cooking for a man. Right? All the women was like, why should I cook from his man?
I saw that actually.
Am I his mother? Now that was the most stupidest thing I ever heard. Am I his mother? Let me tell you why that's so stupid. That question's so dumb. Every man that's got a good mother emulates the woman that he's going to be with to have similar characteristics to his mother, because that's what he classes as a good woman. If you do not have them characteristics, you could be nice, you could be all of that. He could have in his mind, we're having sex and we're having a relationship, but it's never going to go to the other level because you don't emulate my mother. The woman can not be beautiful, she doesn't need to have the best body, but she has characteristics, good heart, and the same things of your mother, you can emulate that. So when a woman's saying to another man, oh, you think I'm your mother, you, to a certain extent, have to be a man's mother. Just like I'm being like your father. Who takes care of you? Me. Exactly. Am I your father now? Like, let me not stop giving you your weekly allowance. You know what I'm saying? I give my missus a weekly allowance. I give her a monthly allowance. See what I'm saying? Exactly. Am I her father now? Should I take that away? Do you see what I'm saying? You've been a naughty girl this month. You're not getting your monthly allowance.
Do you know what's interesting with those same sort of people as well? Is sometimes you find those are the same people, when the narrative suits them, that they'll say, oh, isn't your mum black? So they do understand. That means they shows they do understand the characteristic comparison. They understand that. They get it. But it seems to be like, just like you used, depending on what the argument is, they will flip it around, because we've heard that stuff. Oh, am I your mother? Well, no, I don't want to sleep with my mama. What you do you know?
It's so ridiculous. Yeah, it's all so ridiculous.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, and they'll do, you know, I don't know if it comes to this whole colorism thing as well. Right. And it's like, even when you're doing that, it's like, okay, you're a black woman too, but you don't look like my mother, bruv. Like, you know them ones. And if you did, I'm sorry, I'm not going to date you, because my sister looks like my mum too. So I'm going to be dating my mum and my sister. You know them ones, bro. So, no.
But don't you think, like, what makes it worse as well is that the music that's out there as well. So, you know, you got all these female rappers now. The way that they rap is like to break down a black man. Like, oh yeah, if you can't buy me this, then I'm not interested. If you can't do this, I'm not interested. And we spoke about this before as well. As well as the women doing it, the guys are doing it as well. So it's kind of like causing a divide between the male and the females. Do you think that's sort of playing a part in like black men and black women sort of dividing.
So, like I said, it's been slowly, everything has a factor in trying to destroy the black community because they've realized that if you have a strong black household, of like a mother and a father, marriage, all of this stuff, as a community, you start to build something that's too powerful to be stopped. And that's why back in the day in slavery times, when man was going through stuff, like man knew that's my wife, and they take my kids as my wife, but that's my wife and my kids. You lot can do whatever you like. That's my wife and my kids, and it's crazy because the thing that was bringing them together, even like I was speaking about this, I don't know which episode, but I was speaking about this recently, and I was saying, look, my grandparents, the one thing that I remember them having, was that they used to wake up at like 5 a.m, and start praying, and it used to scare me sometimes. Because I've been deep in sleep. Lord God, please help me and took out my family. And then I'm like, these guys are going to stop in at 5. Bro, they're going in for a good half an hour prayer, bro. I'm like, bruv, this is mad. I'm acting like I'm sleeping, but I'm like, I can hear every word, bro. Every word. And I think now in society, that's been taken away from our relationship. So our women are not even God-fearing. So a woman will make a video talk about, I've got 600 plus bodies. Bro, she's a demon, bro. That's demon vagina.
100%.
That vagina is demons in there, bruv. All kinds of shit might come out. There's 600 man.
Exactly. No,
bruv, that's STI central, bruv. How can she bust through? No. Even if that's a joke, I don't even like, there's some jokes so mad. Like, have we got to the point now where just people make jokes about like the maddest things just for attention? Because if that's the case, maybe it was a joke. But I'm taking it as, I'm taking you for who you are because I don't know you. Does it make sense? I'm taking you for who you are. Even though I don't take the internet that serious, I'm taking this video for who you are. You know what I'm saying? She had sex at 13. And 8 years later, she got 600 bodies. So now, what do we... this is real. So like, we've need to like... There's no establishment of nothing anymore in relationships. It's just all about what I can get or what she can get. So a woman now saying, I only want a man that can buy me this and buy me that. It's putting a false expectation on a man. So a man's going out there trying to do so much for the sake of a woman. Man said they took a woman to Novikov.
Not me, man.
I said, how much money you got in your bank balance? My man said, I was on minus 600. On his mom's account. I said, bro, what was that for a date? He's like, life's short anyway. I looked at him and thought, is this what the mindset that the girls are putting into man? Or is it man's just wanting to impress the woman so much? Because as men, we have to take responsibility. If we don't up our game to a certain extent, then these women always look down on us. But the society and the way that the patriarch in this country is built up and designed for us to always be lower. So even if I get a good job, I'm still not going to be earning enough to do the things that you want me to do. I'm going to have to be doing more. Now, while I'm doing more, I'm away from the household, away from my family. So that means now that I'm not even being a father because I'm out there grinding for this money to keep us afloat. It's like, then all right, then I have to do it legal ways. Do you see where I'm going now? So it's like, you have to make that decision, I think, personally inside your mind, what you really want to do with your life and the woman that you want to pick. But until us as men start saying, you know what, man's not letting these women get away with what they're saying. On social media, we've been overpowered. And they can't overpower me. That's why they hate me. I don't have it.
Listen,
I'm not refused.
I've come across your stuff on TikTok. I see people mad on there.
Bruv, 1,000 comments, like, bruv, arguing with themselves. They're arguing with themselves. They're like, this guy's like this. I'm like, cool, no problem, have a nice day. If that's what you think, then what do you want me to speak? But they're upset because I'm exposing the truth. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, why are they so upset? And I'm like, it's because I'm speaking the truth. They're doing mad stuff and they expect not to be held accountable. And that's the problem in society in general. Women don't get held accountable the same way men do. Let a man do something, men ain't shit, men's this, men's that, men's that. They can do a whole hour lecture. Then you have other men chiming in on that man.
But again, because they want that attention from the women. So they're literally like, if I say this, then I'm going to get the attention from this girl. There's even people that are creating podcasts, etc., trying to chime to the women just because they know they're going to... Look at, what's his name? Derek Jackson. All those type of foolish people there. Doing all these things, trying to, appeal to the woman, and then they get exposed because they weren't living their truth. Like, you see it all the time on social media all the time, and it's like, why are you faking it for? Be who you are. Say what's real.
But the problem is, you can't say what's real, because you say what's real, then you get cancelled like me. You get reported.
Right,
Count gets banned like 4 times. This is what you generally need. You need to basically be smart and strategic. Depending what your goal is, if you're somebody who doesn't care about getting cancelled, doesn't care about all this stuff, then you can keep on the path that you're going, because speaking the truth is going to get you destroyed in any capacity. Anyone that's done it in the past. Martin Luther King was speaking, they assassinated him. Malcolm, they assassinated him. Hey, yo, anyone that comes out speaking too much, we're going to finish you off. Somewhere or another, we're going to deal with you. Okay, cool. You're speaking about women and you're telling the truth. We don't like you, so we're going to report your account. Now, the only guys that are cutting through, I see, the millions of, like 100,000 followers, the guys that come on. You see, women, she's not there because she's hurt. She's there because her heart was broke, and you have to know that the pain will go through. And he's from the side angle as well with the camera. Yo, he ain't hurt you from reason, willful reason. 100,000 likes.
Bro, straight.
To the point where I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? I should just start faking this shit, you know? I might as well just start faking all these videos. Because these women are so easily, like, you're so easily led. That's why men tell you beautiful lies. Because you love lies. They say, why do men lie so much? Because you love it. This guy, you can see he's faking it. Look, I can never understand this, and someone just please help me understand this. How can a man speak for women more than he can speak for men, and he's a man?
Yeah, it don't make sense, bro.
See, because he knows what he's doing. He's trying to pander.
How can you speak for, like, bro? I'm a man. I have private areas. That's manly. How can I speak as a woman if I am not a woman? Now, people are going to say, oh, well, you know, he's very empathetic and this and that, and he understands us. I'm like, yeah, he understands you till it's time for him to break your heart.
Exactly.
And mash up your bank balance and your mental health. Now he's a narcissist. Do you see where I'm going? So it's like, I think in the world of people being so fake on social media, you're never going to win being real, but you can always open awareness. You know what I'm saying? It can be open awareness. Because you know where you're going to be 100% truthful with women. They don't like the truth. A woman will be like, tell me the truth. Even in a relationship, a woman will say to you, tell me the truth what you did last week. In your mind, you're like, you don't want to know. You just don't want to know, You tell her the truth, she's like, I'm leaving. I said, but I thought you said tell you the truth, everything's going to be cool. Yeah, well, I'm changing my mind. So there's no point in being 100% truthful on social media with your posts to a certain genre if you're trying to get through to people. For instance, like I'll be honest, I've got mad problems with this Sideman guy, and the reason why is because he's just the biggest simp that I know. And see, he says everybody calls him a simp here and he doesn't understand why. And I was saying to him, you know the reason why. You generally know the reason. You're trying to act naive now, but you know the reason why people call you a simp. It's because you will speak for women more than you'll speak for men. But not only that, but you'll speak as if you are a woman. Which is a little bit scary to me. Isn't there a little bit of manhood in you? And on top of that, you're speaking on everything, but you're not the example of anything. So I'll give you an example what I mean by that. Someone will speak about marriage constantly, but they're not married. My mum always taught me, never take advice from someone who's not a professional. That's what my mum taught me from young. You're sick, son, go to the doctors. Let me just ask the man in the market. No, go to the doctors. They're professionals. Studied for 12 years. They know their thing. We've been married for 39 years. If you want to ask someone what about marriage, who would you go to? The man that's not married or the man that's been married for 50 years? Exactly. Which I'm asking you, which one?
50 years?
50 years. 50 years. Because they got experience. They're going to give you some knowledge that you might not be aware of. But so when you have people on social media that are literally saying a lot but not actually acting upon it, you've got something called hypocriticism. I call it hypocriticism. When everybody speaks and everything but is not implementing anything. They're all the opposite of what they say. They're telling you everything about relationships, everything not what to do, but then themselves not doing anything themselves. You can never tell me that you could speak as being a parent if you've never been a parent. You could speak from an outsider's point of view to a certain extent of what you see and what you don't want to happen, but you can never speak on experiences of how to be a parent because you've never been one. Does that make sense? So everyone would judge someone, be like, oh, he's a parent or she's a parent and they're like this and like this. You can't really speak on that if you are not that. You can speak on the outsider's point of view, but you can't literally give experience because what experience do you have? It's like me, it's like sitting down with a bag full of road youths, and I'm just like some honest businessman that's went to a posh school and I'm telling them, well, the road life is really stupid, you know? Do you think they're really going to take me serious?
No,
they're not.
Not at all.
So why is it now social media is made acceptable for someone to speak about stuff when they're not even part of anything to do with that?
Well, like you said, it's because first of all, if they wrap it up well enough, bring it across enough, articulate it enough, not only that, but say the buzzwords that people not want to hear, that helps. First of all, it's even working on men, let alone women. On top of it, what I find interesting because it's not, we've noticed with certain people they gravitate towards others. So I find, and I don't know if this is a black man thing, but when women find you attractive, be it in your looks, your personality, your charisma, whatever, they will tend to listen to whatever bullshit you got to say more as well, as in to find that. I feel that. So I think it's that on top. So essentially you got a mouthpiece, plus I find you attractive in whatever way, you get with a bunch of shit. Now, what the problem is, instead of people doing what you said, because having that ability is good. That's not manipulation. Some people just got that charisma. That's great, especially for media. That's what you need. So there's certain people that will follow, gravitate to you no matter what you do, what you say. Rather than using it to say, okay, boom, here's the truth, you're just gassing more. And it's peak, because one thing I will say to certain women, just like you're saying, some of these guys are manipulating you and they're just using you to get, because you're consumers. Everyone knows women, especially
biggest consumers.
Yeah, biggest consumers.
They're consumers, and they like bright, shiny, twinkly things that appeals to their senses, their ears, their eyes, etc.
So if you go to like shops, right? If you go to like a Primark or whatever, you see the section for women and you see the section for guys. Guys is in one corner everywhere you go, because women just consume. So I guess if it's easy for a guy to make, because I think these guys just want the money and also the validation of the women as well. So they will say whatever.
They want a Narni person, I'll be honest.
Half the time it's not even about the money, it's just about
the pum pum.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Man, because if man telling me that you're making 100 videos a week, and they're all about women and like woman empowerment, like, just answer me this question. When do you as a man empower yourself and other men?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, we don't do that enough as black men in particular as well.
We don't empower each other enough. We don't. And the reason why we don't empower each other enough is because in our hearts, we've been taught so much hate from young to hate each other, that now that we see each other trying to be successful, instead of trying to bring each other up, we're trying to bring each other down. That's the situation that I'm seeing right now. Because a lot of people could say they have the key to unlock to try and bring another man up, but they don't really see the point even trying to help someone. Does it make sense? So it's like you go up in the world and then you'd stop looking down. But on the way up, you was everybody that you was seeing, you was talking to. But now you've got up to a plateau, you're like, I don't need to see anyone, I need to help anyone. That's why most men, they get rich, leave the hood. I think that's a good thing. 100%. But don't ever forget where you came from. Does it make sense? Like, you don't, even if you're not going to be there, still help with projects, help with investing, help with this, help with that. And once in a blue moon come true. Does it make sense? I'm not saying come there every single day to get shot and get killed.
That's what they need to stop doing. Stop coming back because the situations that's happening recently, it's like, don't go back there like that on the cash sort of, security, everything. Because
bro,
literally they're tracking you, especially like how America is. You can have beef with someone way over there and they'll catch you. How big America is, people still get touched from where, it doesn't matter where you are. So like you said, give back to where you came from, but don't go there unless you need to. And if you need to, security, etc. Because I understand the grandparents and stuff, they're in their ways. They don't want to go to like fancy Beverly Hills or whatever. They don't care about the type of stuff. They want to stay where they know. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Even saying that as well, that even goes in what we're saying, because we need to change our base mindset. Because again, we're one of the few communities that people can make it out from our community in a bad position and not come back to that same community and get celebrated. There's other people, other communities, they'll make it and then come back. There's like a street party for that one person. They came home, the prodigal son. We've seen it. They go back to their country, back there from wherever. It's a party because that person made it out. And it's like, it's weird because we should, like, I'm surprised we don't have the mentality, because I've seen it with other communities where one person will make it out and it's like, you've seen it, we've seen it on things like singing competitions, we've seen it with sport. That one person, and you'll see the video of them back home, and it's like the whole town or village following this one person. And it's like they represent the whole thing, the whole country. And even if they flop or don't win or whatever, Still,
Yeah. 100%.
That's how it goes.
That is
we're
true.
the one.
Yeah.
We're the one person that comes out. Oh, this guy's a dickhead. He thinks he's.
Yeah.
Do you know we have that mentality? Oh, she thinks that.
But why do you think that is? Like, because you should always be. Why can other people appreciate other, like, how would I say, someone that's not black, for example, they can appreciate someone that's from there and not necessarily, because I don't hear anything like that happening if someone returns back to where they grew up. So I don't know if that's a thing elsewhere, or is it just our community that's doing it?
The problem always comes down to the self-hate, bro. We've been grown to, you know, Tupac said it back in the day, and we don't remember he said it. He said, "Thug life." What does it actually mean in thug life? I mean, the hate you gave little infants forever. Now, I used to always think, what's this guy talking about? When I was just young, I didn't get it. But then as I grew older, I started to understand. In school, yeah, like you always look at the black youth as the strongest. So I want to be stronger than him.
Yeah.
That was the mindset of hate that we're creating between each other.
Yeah,
why can't we build together? Why can't we both be the strongest and we knock out everyone else? Why does it have to be one at the hierarchy? Now, you have to remember this, yeah. Some people weren't even they weren't the strongest, but they were the smartest.
Yeah.
So why didn't we put that same narrative inside? Why is that not fed? Instead of giving us each other hate, we're competing with each other in trying to be the smartest, so that we have spaceships and we can have all these great creative things around the world. And every time a black youth looks up, he sees a black person in a position of authority, and that's why Kanye West, as mad as people might think he is, man says some smart stuff. He said, ownership is what we need. But the only way we can bring ownership is as a community. We can't bring ownership as individuality, because if you watch most businesses, how they work, it's always through when they work together, like a partnership. That's how you get further, you know. Do you remember when, I think, was it Lloyd's and TSB or something? But I think one of them just like moved away from the other. But that's when one of the banks just went downhill. But when they were together, they were winning for years, and then they done a little separation, and that's then went downhill. That was to show you that as soon as you start having partnerships with people, that's when it starts to fall apart. Every rapper needs a partnership to actually blow, bro. No rapper actually blows by himself, really. Like his whole album's by himself and he has no features. He needs some features. So that's a partnership. If he never had that partnership, would he have been as big as he would have been?
Nah.
See what I'm saying? So it's always about partnerships. And in our community, we're taught to hate each other, so we don't even want to have partnerships because we always think that we're better than each other in our own communities.
I got a question for you guys, even you guys saying that, right? Because we know that, unfortunately, in our community, intelligence, you know, some people call it acting white. You know how it is.
Or you're unique or whatever. That's what
it's not respected overall. Yeah, I mean, in some aspect, overall, nah. And then for other people, it is. But I'll come to that in a bit. Now, in terms of like it not being respected, do you guys think it's because it's been painted as this other than us, you know, not us thing, rightly or rightly or wrongly, or is it low key people being kind of I don't know if they want to admit it, but kind of afraid of, okay, this person's intelligent enough to leave, they're going to leave us behind? Because I feel like it's a bit of both.
I think it's a bit of both as well.
A bit of both. It's a bit of both. But the thing is, I ask every black man this: if you had a chance to send your child to a state school or private school, which one are you sending to?
Private.
Why?
Because the education's deemed better. The kids are going to be around, the area they're going to be around, the environment. I'm a dad. My son's not due high school yet, but he will be in the next couple of years, and I'm carefully going to pick his high school. So not it's going to be private, but there's certain schools that's going to be like, they're automatically not even a choice because of who goes there, because of, unfortunately, I mean, I'm kind of presuming, because obviously it's just hearsay, but the reputation. I know certain people that are married, I know their youths go there. I know that's my man's youth, and do you know what I mean?
So this is what I was saying. I was saying the reason why we all want to send our kids to private schools because we want our kids to be more intelligent than we was, and we believe that the private schools are going to give them a different education, even different way of even speaking. So our child, he would be identified differently by other children, even though his skin color is black. Another youth that's on the roads might just look at him like, them little geeks, look at them little nerds, man. But that's all right because he's cutting through in life. You don't have to worry about prison, getting stabbed to death on the block selling drugs. Your son's going OT. You don't have to worry about all these things. He's bringing home a pregnant girl. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe because that just happens naturally. But I'm saying, in general, there's some things that we would have to worry about if our children are going to private school. So my thing is this now: why don't we start our own private schools?
Boy, that's a good question. You know?
Do you know what as well? And there is enough, especially for the last, because I've noticed this, especially last 10, 15 years, there's a lot more younger teachers now. Like, a lot more people in their 20s I've seen have been teachers, 30 and under, definitely. And, you know, most teachers I think are female, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think.
And I've seen more and more black ones. So we are getting people into because before we do the institutions, we need to have a curriculum. Because we're not going to be able to build those schools under this curriculum we've got now.
What we do is we smart, so we take from their curriculum
what's necessary.
But what's the good things? Because not all things are bad.
Of course,
you know, learning maths, English, learning about, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of Shakespeare here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's not bad. But now we're gonna pump more of some other stuff inside of there.
They need to teach life skills.
Yeah, see, financial
Mortgages,
literacy. How come, you know, private schools, it's a natural thing to teach financial literacy. You know, these guys that are prime ministers and all this, they all went to the same school. Do you know that? Boris Johnson, David Cameron.
Cambridge, Oxford, study 2-3 schools.
I can't remember what it's called. A special school is a school. It's like a private school. I can't remember what the name of it is. But they all went to kind of like the same schools. Now, I know in school they were saying, I'm going to be prime minister. I'm going to be prime minister. Shut up. I'm going to be the governor. I'm going to be this. You don't really see man from the hood saying, yeah, I'm going to be prime minister. You're prime minister. This man's buzzing, fam. Yo, shut up. You're chatting barbecue, man. Shut up. Because man don't rate them things where we're from. But we need to start normalizing being a nerd as a black boy, being a neek, being a home alone being someone who just wants to play computer. Normalize these things because they're normal things.
And I add on to that as well, because I agree. You see what you just said about people arguing, I'm going to be prime minister, I'm going to be politician. Another difference with us, and I've seen it when I went uni with people, i.e., those people are going to take politics. They're not thinking, if I pass my politics degree, when I pass it. Even with that, with us, our whole thing is even getting to do the degree. Oh, yeah, that's wicked, if I pass it. So our mentality's got to change with that as well, when I get to this point. Because if it was a black person, they're not going to be like, I'm going to get to House of Parliament. They're going to be like, if I pass my degree. What do you mean if?
See? That low expectations. And then you got your family members and people that are around you meant to love you. They're saying, you ain't never going to be no prime minister. No hope, you know. There's no hope in certain households. You better just get a job, you know, because you know what, you're messing with my thing. I need rent money. You're like, give me some few years, I'm going to be no, you're not. And then that is demoralizing. So if a child doesn't even have no right examples around him and getting demoralized by his family, 9 out of 10 times people go university to work. For me personally, I'll be real. Like they get to a job and then I'm their manager who's never been to university, never got no college. But I'm telling you what to do right now. Like, go and do this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've never been university. I'm just an entrepreneur. So it's mad how they've made us believe certain things which is not correct, that we can't achieve certain things. I remember I was sitting with some guys and I said, look, you know, why don't we, you know, build a spaceship? Everyone laughed at me. You know, over the years, people have always laughed at me about building my spaceship. And I laugh back at them because I'll be honest with you, when I do build my spaceship, and I have all the little entrepreneurs and engineers and everyone helping build my spaceship, and I fly up in that sky, I'm gonna do like one crazy speech, you know, about everyone not believing in me. It might be when I'm 50 or 60, Lord knows. But if I make it to that age, I'm gonna have my spaceship and I'm gonna say to everyone, I remember 20 years ago, 40 years ago, everybody laughed at me. And it's gonna be an old video someone has on their phone that they pull it out. I'm gonna say, everyone laughed at me and said I would never be able to do this. The only reason why I've done it is to prove all you people that I could do it. I don't even care about this anymore. I've been on it for so long, I just wanna sleep. I should have sleep. I'm tired. But I just done it to show you that you can do anything you put your mind to, and I've done it. Look.
But you see how all those people jumped into your idea, like you said, you need this part, you did this part. Had everybody jumped in, you would have been that bit closer because everybody would have been on board. And it would have become a us thing rather than just your thing.
And this is what I was trying to say to someone, and I was saying this to some youngers once. I think like years back, I was giving them some motivation. I said, look, if we all unite right here and we all utilize what you're good at. I said, what are you good at? He said, I'm good at maths. I said, what are you good at? He said, I'm good at English. I said, what are you good at? He said, I'm good at solving puzzles. I said, bloody hell, I've got a room full of geniuses around me, bro.
Right, exactly.
I've got a room full of geniuses. This one says, I'm good at just being helpful. I said, brother, you've got, even you have, you could be something. I was like, raw, this is amazing. If I went into one of these schools and got all these little youths and said, look, this is what we need to do. Like, bro, we can actually do this thing. See, I've still got the mission in my mind, bro. It's not kind of way, because it's gonna happen sooner or later. Everyone's gonna say, why you wanna go in space? There's nothing for space for you. That's like, bro, if everybody around Jeff Bezos or them other guys that said the same thing, he would probably just fire them. Yeah. We have to live with these people as friends, as family, as all this stuff, as they're not even motivating us to want to even be better in our lives. And I believe that the moment you start to put restrictions on what you can and can't do, the moment you stop believing in yourself.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? No, I know when I said I was going to start a podcast studio, and someone's like, oh, why are you going to do that? I just like the place you got. And I just cut that person off straight away. I just never stopped talking to them again, because I said, you know what? I don't need that energy, because I'm going to do this. It's not even that hard. I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Anyone could do anything. You could do anything you want. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to make my business legit. I'm going to pay my tax. I'm going to do all this and do all that. I know a lot of people saying to me, why are you doing all of this? Why you just do this? And I just, in my mind, I'm just thinking, I need to cut off everybody at that moment that was trying to bring, like, the energy to not do. I had bare pitfalls, like this happened, that happened. I was like, oh man, this not turn up. The table's not putting together. Bare things. Oh, this came, this is broken. Oh, this is not working. And then like I said, you know what? I can't ever let nobody tell me what I can and can't do. And I just kept going through. And then at the end, guess what everyone says? Wow, I'm so proud of you. I looked at it and thought, my gosh.
We had a similar thing actually, you know. Before we started, there was a few people, because we kind of experimented on YouTube, innit? So we done like live streams and stuff. People like, yeah, we're feeling it. But now when we said we had the podcast coming up, they kind of like took a step back and they're like, are you sure? What you guys going to talk
even
about?
Before that, even going a bit fast, bro, because you know what was bringing it up? It was the fact of not just what we were doing, streaming. It was like, no, we're going to do a proper thing. And then, oh, really? Anyway, go on, bro.
Yeah, so people, it's like, kind of doubting, so what are you guys going to talk about? All these things, you know. I even saw some different things, like, you know.
When man was doing hours and then on fucking StreamYard and that, man was there with us, but
as soon as it goes to the proper professional thing, it's kind of like they're seeing now that we're actually going to take it to that level. They don't want us to get to that level.
Even
so they want us to stay on YouTube.
Some people's like, right, you two, we know you two are cool, but you're cool like, we're cool like that, blood. Like,
is it going to work out? Is it going to work out? You know, even see certain things like, oh, everyone's doing a podcast nowadays. What does that, what's that meant to mean?
Hey, see all of that. That's why I said, I'm telling you, the one big factor that we have in our community is the lack of belief that we can do anything we put our minds to. And it's crazy because over the years, we've always, as like just black men, we've always shown that we can rise against anything. Anything, bro.
100%.
They had man in shackles and chains. Man ain't in shackles and chains anymore. Man could go anywhere we like freely. Call me a nigga, you might get knocked out. It might turn really bad for you. You know what I'm saying? So the times have changed. Not the times when we was oppressed and we didn't have a mouthpiece. We can go on the internet and speak our truth if we want. Do you know what I'm saying? So why is it now that we've got all these avenues to make money, but we're still in the mindset of that we can't do things?
Well, I think it's getting a little bit better though. Just a little bit. Even just take this example. We don't know each other like that, but as black men, we came together. Me and him, same thing. Like, we met each other from YouTube. Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't like, because I feel like YouTube is completely different from like Instagram and Facebook. I didn't have he didn't have a profile like that. I don't think you even had any videos then, did you?
No. I didn't even make a channel at the time.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this guy's supporting my stuff. Cool. Started talking. Cool.
I don't remember the first video, but I just followed him and then, I don't even know how we just talked. And then I think I then jumped on and then I think we did one sort of experimental morning live stream, and then it was one of them, spoke off air, and then generally it's like, this guy's all right. And then obviously we became general brethren, plus we had our YouTube thing separately. And it's funny because people realised that we were cool because we see each other on each other's streams, and then people followed mine, vice versa. Even when we was first doing that, when you think about it, because if we, especially on his channel, if we look, well, not even look back because the quality is different now. So even look back. But if you see sort of early 2020-ish, there's about a run of, I swear it's like 5 streams of just me and him. Him featuring me, him featuring each other's channels. One couple of days we'd do it like yours in the morning, mine in the evening. So they was getting both of us all day. To the point people started to be like, oh, you two cool, yeah? And it's like, Why does that make you uncomfortable? Even the question you're asking me, I can tell that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Why?
Why? That's the point of the hate, bro. Why can't they want to see us link, bro?
It's mad. And he's
Why can't man link?
Where? Northwest?
Northwest.
I'm all the way from south, so it's completely different.
This how they don't want man to link, bro.
Yeah, even that. It's like, oh, how do you two meet? You two, it's
like, bro, why does it matter? We linked.
Yeah.
That's the bro. Be happy for us.
Exactly.
Man linked.
But if I was to do a short saying, oh, this brother from South, do you know how much views I'd get if I said had beef with him?
Yeah.
I had beef with the guy from South.
1,000 views.
They love to see that. That's what I said. It's the hate, bro. They love to see man go down. Look, another story of another black man getting demonized in media, Tory Lanez. All right. They're saying Tory Lanez shot her. Bruv, show me the evidence. Cause I know if you shoot a woman in the foot, bro, you're in prison. Yeah, how does he be on road free, bro? Free where? All right, cool. Let's just say for argument's sake, he did. Let's just say for argument's sake, he did shoot her. Yeah? They've let him out of prison. That's whatever. That's to do with the law. He didn't make up the law. He just abided by it. So the laws let him out. Cool. He's on road. People, there's a rumor that he's gone back to prison. Listen to all the people. Yeah, good. He deserves to be in prison. Now, I looked at all the color of people that were saying that. Yeah.
Oh man,
it was black people, bro.
Yep.
You was happy to see a black man go to prison and not be able to support his family, and he's got dependents on him, meaning that he's got people that depend on him, like a mother, father, children, like friends, people that he's probably paying for, managers, he's paying for everyone, but you don't care about them people and all the people that depend. You just care that a black man's gone to prison. It make you rejoice at the fact of seeing a black man in a bad situation. That mindset, we need to remove it.
Most of it was black women as well, and the thing about it is, there was no sort of, he didn't get found guilty or nothing like that, but then they were ready to like shut him down. Like people, what did they do? Some people took him off certain songs and all of this stuff. Before you even know anything that's going on, why are you ready to like destroy the black man? Yes, like, you know, we got another one. That's almost how people were acting towards him. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just like, why? You know what I'm saying?
And there was no solid proof about it. It's not like man had solid proof that he's done this crime and he's done his time. Then okay, that's a whole other story now. Doesn't make sense.
100%.
But just on the basis of we think that it might be him, so let's tear him down. And I'm happy to see him in prison. That's what killed me, is the fact that they wanted to see him in prison, and it made me wonder, is this how we are as a people? You want to see another black man in prison? Like, you think that's a nice place for a black man? Well, he's done a crime. What crime has he committed? Because from what I know, you're guilty until you're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
But social media's made it the opposite way, when you're guilty before proven innocent, because we're just going to believe everything that everyone says. And this is only to do with black people. This is only to do with black people. There's nothing 100%. Else. You know what I'm saying? There's so many more instances of it, man, on social media, even with like drill rappers and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that anyone's innocent. I'm just saying that we're too quick to want to bring down and demonize another black man. We're too fast, bro.
Yeah.
All nationalities of people doing stuff. But it's the black man that it's over like put into the media, because it's like we're easy targets, bro.
Yeah.
Because our own people are wanting to destroy us. You're an easy target. When your own people don't back you, bro, you're an easy target. Then you have other nationalities, people start to get racist. The black people even, in the comments, they don't even see the racism, they just write in their comment based on you.
Yeah. But you know what?
Monkey, you this, you ape, you know, you gorilla. Yeah, you start cussing, man. The man will be like, raw. Get onto him then. Get onto that person for being racist. They'll be like, nope, we're onto you right now.
But the thing about it is as well, other races do a very good job of protecting their own and protecting their image overall. Because you can't do certain things, like obviously, you know, for example, like a Chinese, like what they have, the tribes and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah,
you're not gonna see them pictures a certain way. Like they keep everything separate. Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas us, it's all just messy, one. Bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's basically it. Because we don't do a good job of protecting ourselves. So that's why it makes us an easy target. What doesn't help as well is like the music and certain things that have been shown as well. It's like people don't like to say that music holds the power, but it really does. It really, really does. And I'll always say this, like drill is probably one of the worst things that's happened to us. It's good in the sense of people are able to change their lives, but in our communities, people have to live this stuff every single day. It's not a good thing for us at all. So I just feel like we need to do a better job of protecting ourselves as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Have some sort of structure. When you go to other communities, you've got people that are like certain levels, you get what I'm saying? Like you can't come to someone with a certain attitude in a certain way, because that's it, you're going to get kicked out of the community. That's it. But we don't really have that. It's kind of like free for all. If
free for all. And the real problem is that we don't actually even value men's even mental state, bro. Like,
men commit much more suicide than women.
Way more statistically.
More men are homeless. More men. That's how the psychology.
Yeah.
The mental illnesses. Men. I mean, I wish I had one of my papers here, but there's such things as sometimes mental illness is described as hidden disability, depending what you have. So even ADHD is described as a disability. It's a hidden one. Again, statistically, more men. I wish I booked my stuff, but more men suffer from them things. Sorry, not even to cut off, but even as a side note, even thinking, I've said this before actually on one of my streams, like, and I was ranting about this for time. But even when I was going, because I went Bristol, even certain people from it ends like, oh, don't come back before. Like, make sure you bust the whole thing. Yeah, it was already thinking he's not going to finish his 4 years. Do you know what I mean? Oh, why did you go Quay? Why did you do so and so? So that was already that from when I was leaving. Get me? Not everybody was like. I mean, those closest to me, I will say. I mean. Funny enough, they were women actually, but they supported the thing. It was more man than was like, okay, dude. When I got there on the flip side, and Bristol is quite black populated, but again, maybe it's a London stigma thing as well. And it was like, you come in uni here, yeah, and it's like, well, yeah, I'm in enrollment with you, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because there's a big enrollment hall, you got to do your dorms, what degrees you're doing, you got to do your paperwork for your loans, and on top of it, it's like, oh, what are you studying? And it wasn't something, I mean, not even, I think all degrees are good, but it wasn't something they considered just off the cuff. I was like, oh, psychology. And they're like, really? I'm like, well, yeah. And depending how the 4 years goes, I might go past the BA and do the masters. I didn't, I did the BA. But the fact was even like, okay, sort of thing. But again, it's a bit weird, yeah, because even what we're saying with our stigma on our image, a lot of it is working off assumptions, again, by our own people, yeah? But it's mad because, for example, even where I work now, I work around quite a few white people and I've studied with them and stuff. Not just, but it's interesting, also going with the interracial thing, that once because they start with mad assumptions when it comes to you, even if you're there proving otherwise. But it's mad because it's like once they get to know you, get comfortable around you, you can almost get an air of, oh, they're not all mad, sort of thing. I've never had the opposite that I can think of, and again, it might just be me in the black space. So I don't know what the black opposite is. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're not a typical baby father, you're not a roadman, you're not a certain one of those, you're considered, as we said, you talk white, you're unique. So you're a bit other. Okay, so let me be the typical thing you said. But then we can have things like saying black on black crime. So what's my exception thing then? What should I be?
There's nothing there.
What should I be? But this is why, we said this before, this is why I don't blame certain men for going the interracial sort of route, because I've seen it. I've got some brethren that are women of other races. And I said this ages ago. Especially when I went uni, that's when I clocked. I was like, this is why certain men get sucked in, you know?
Yeah.
Because even with the money thing we were saying earlier, some of these girls, and there's circumstances, but some of these girls and women, I've got to say women because I get female get triggered, innit? Why? Because on our last, it's again one of the triggered people that said,
females are basically a derogatory term to use for women.
So I got told to.
So
and
it's madness, isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
and they were black women that were attacking me. But it's calm. Anyway, so with them, like,
what colour were the people what colour were the women that was attacking you?
All black. All black women.
They had melanated skin.
Yep.
Bit like mine.
It's real. See, this is where I have to start, because bro, I've been getting it the most, and like I've been thinking in my head, like, why are you lot always attacking me? What is it about you that makes you wanna? I don't even care what you lot are on. I'm just on to anybody that's doing madness online.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're talking crazy, you can be black, white, Indian, Asian. I'm on to you. I don't care what color you are.
Exactly.
I don't even look at it like that, but then it's like they always want to find something to say. Like you see some of my comments here. I'm be real with you. If you check my comments out, I'm gonna do like my comments here. It doesn't even make sense. I done a video saying women don't listen. They're like men don't listen. I'm like, but that's not the point. You didn't even listen, bruv. That wasn't even the point. We know men don't listen, we know, but we're talking about women right now. Right. Why can't it just be like, start the topic? Why does it have to be jumping from one to the other? And then I started to think properly, and I started saying, you know what? There's something inside of black women, the new age women, that they have something against us, bro. They actually have something against us. They support us if we're a celebrity, if we're a movie star, if we're an athlete, because we look sexy, we look yummy, we look like that. But once we start speaking, like, just in general, it's like they find the need to wanna, say something. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where that comes from. I need like a psychologist or someone who in that field to actually tell me what is actually going on. I want to have like a stream of like 10 women, black women, and have a conversation with them, from honest with you.
Because probably, from when you say black women, they think it's all. And obviously you're not going to have to keep on saying, not all. It's like, you're talking a lot of the time based on your experiences as well. And that's what people don't understand. They just think that you're just like attacking for the sake of it. If you're talking about certain things, it's like you've been through this with a black woman. That's why you're saying it. But people don't like to hear that. People get online just to like have conflict, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we as black people sometimes enjoy the drama, the hate, it keeps people going, it keeps people fueled.
Any woman that wants to enjoy interacting with me, she doesn't have a man, because I'm a man right now.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You know, I say the realest. I say it right. You must not have a man because you want to argue with a man that's not your man. I don't argue with a woman that's not my woman. Yeah. Exactly. I'll have a conversation with you.
Right.
We'll have a debate. But as for arguing, going back and forth, no, girl, go do that with your man, bro.
Yep.
You got a man? No, I haven't. Yeah, you see, you won't make me your man. Because sometimes I believe, and this is going to sound crazy, and you're not going to understand this sooner or later. Some of these women only argue with you because they want your attention. Once you give them their attention, they want to jump in your pants. They wanted to beat you from the moment they saw you, and they want a way of how to challenge you, because they think that because you're on a podcast, you like to be challenged. Women have told me, I know you like to be challenged, don't you? You want someone who's going to... I'm like, no, I want submission fully. I want full submission, like full submission. I say no, it is done. I don't want no conflict. The hell you think this is? I want my woman to have conflict. No. I want full submission. Like, I want a submissive woman. What's submissive? It's not you, because you just asked me what submissive is. It's definitely not you. If I have to, you have to explain to you what submissive is. Then you ain't the submissive woman that I'm looking for. A submissive woman just says, "Okay, I understand. And that's it. I understand what you want from me. I understand." Not to say that you're not gonna have problems, but I don't want a woman that is just problematic, bro. Every day I post something, she's on to every post. No. You gotta go. I'm removing you and you're getting blocked. I don't care if we're in a relationship, you're getting removed and blocked, because you're no good for my page and for where I'm going, what I'm trying to do. You have to remember, your mission and your journey and where you're trying to go. Don't let anybody get in the way of that because of what they're saying. Criticism comes with just being on the internet. I've learned that. It just comes. You've got to be ready to be criticized. You've got to be ready to be belittled. You've got to be ready to be attacked. You've got to be ready to be exposed. You've got to be ready for it all, because that's what the internet, that's what it does. It has people that are miserable that come on, log in, and the only thing they want to do is try and attack you. But the funny thing is, the person that will attack you from a fake account. So they can't even be real with putting up who they really are, but they want to say something real to me.
That is it.
I kind of find it like mental health now. Like, people that are on it, like, just trolling, like, for their whole life is to troll. They actually have like identity crisis. They've got like bipolar. They got like, you know what I'm saying? They got bipolar. They got bipolar disorder. That they're being someone other than who they actually are. And they are doing it for a long period of time. How mentally, over 20 years doing that, how do you think that's going to make someone feel?
That's magic.
They're going to want to troll people in real life and get dumped all the time.
That's
so
true,
it's crazy, and I can't see a grown man in his 30s saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna troll my man." You need help. Therapy is needed, bro. Therapy is needed. You can use that time to spend on your children, spend on your business ideas, spend on your dreams, learn a new skill. Man, I feel like every year you should be learning new skills. At the end of the year, like December time, you should come to December and say, what new skills have I actually acquired? And that will tell you how your life has actually turned out for you. If you have no skills in a year, like, even if that skill was just to learn how to put on a car wheel, or learn how to, just put together a table or just anything, bro. Just a new skill that will help you in later years of your life. Most people ain't even acquiring skills. They're acquiring disabilities. And the biggest disability is being on the internet and being a troll. You are disabling yourself, but not actually being yourself. You're disabling yourself from actually being who you really want to be by wasting time on people that don't even care about you.
Yeah. And their hate literally makes them more money, really. Controversy builds, you know. That's why a lot of people do stuff on purpose to trigger people.
Of course they do.
They're like, yeah, okay, well, I can make more money from you.
Of course.
And that's what it is.
And I've come to realize that the more you speak about women, the more women will interact with your posts. You need interactions. You know what I'm saying? So women are the easiest people. Man, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't
See, you got man them all day. Man them be like,
They even disagree. Oh, who's this guy, bro?
you know, like, man just lock you off like, idiot, man. Like, as for women, they're going to sit there in their mind, go through what they're going through and contextualize it into a message to you. Doesn't even make sense. I've been hurt 20 times. He cheated on me for 20 years. What's that got to do with my post, girl? I don't even know you. I'm just a TikToker. What's wrong? You need help. You're on my post telling me about what someone else has done to you. What's that got to do with me? He abused me. He kept me silent. I was silent for... Bro, I done a post here. I said, raw. I done a post. A woman said, raw. If a man goes silent on you, go silent on him. I said, this is the worst kind of advice you can give to a woman. Yeah. Go silent on a man, and the man's out there doing his own thing. He's not sitting there saying, oh my God, is she thinking about me? You're giving her the wrong advice. Yeah. And not only that, but men will start thinking other type of things in their heads. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's for the woman to be overly emotional in a relationship because women express themselves more than we do. They're more expressive than men. Does that make sense? A woman will start telling you how she felt. You know all she wants is a burger, bruv. Get her a burger and chips, bro. Let your woman start crying right now. Go home with a burger and chips with a Coca-Cola, bruv.
Everything's cool.
Yeah? Give that to her. Watch as she eats. Watch her whole demeanor change. Babes, I'm sorry for getting so mad earlier. Just looking at her thinking,
See.
See us men, give us the food. We still mad. Man's eating with distaste, like.
Yeah, screw face.
You know what I'm saying? Women, you just give them the burger and chips and they're good, bro. So it's like sometimes I feel like social media, you can't take everything everyone's saying. Like I've learned that. I cannot take everything everyone's saying. And I can't be offended by everything. Because people attack me. They say some mad comments like, look at this big head you, or they'll cuss me and I'll be like, oh, he's definitely been hurt. I can tell that he's been hurt. And I'm just thinking, like, is that gaslighting or is that like, what do women call that? If someone tries to psychoanalyze you without knowing you, that's like gaslighting.
It's gaslighting,
It's gaslighting, isn't it? When you try to tell someone about themselves.
You're talking about your recent post?
Yeah, just in general, yeah.
Okay.
Like when women,
I saw something.
Yeah, like they'll say to me, oh, you've been hurt before. And I'll be thinking, in my mind, this is the kind of a stupid thing to say because we've all been hurt.
100%,
Do I need to say that? Or is that just a natural thing?
That's what it is, isn't it?
Every single human being's been hurt. But this is the ignorant person thinks that it's just by a woman. People get hurt by life, bro. Your parents can hurt you. Your missus can hurt you. Your children can hurt you. Your boss at work could be a jerk for the last 3 years. Is that not hurting you? You know what I'm saying? Your neighbor could hurt you. Every day your neighbour's always leaving rubbish or doing some rubbish on your land or making up bad noise, playing their music, disturbing your sleep. I've got neighbours upstairs where I live. Start screaming. I'm like, bro, like, are you all right? I don't even want to go upstairs and even have conflict with you. I don't like conflict where I live. I don't like that. I don't like that kind of, waiting for people. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. So I just left it for a long time. But they make up crazy noise. They're not good neighbours, if I'm honest. Slamming on the floor, shouting, screaming, all kinds of weird stuff. So in life, everybody hurts you. Why is it that an ignorant mind thinks that it's only a woman that's hurt you because you're speaking about women posts?
That's a good question.
Does that go into, because I was thinking about, because again, I feel like a lot of times in our community anyway, that we get this thing, especially as boys and teenagers and stuff, that we have the stigma of needing to be like the man of the house. Like I feel like we get seen as, we don't have any in between. We get seen as between kids and men. I don't know why. I don't know if it's all men, but I feel like black men get that more. Like we don't have that in between period, and it's almost like, I don't know why people get that impression, but it's almost like that's taken on into manhood and forever. Well, you're supposed to know what to do. That I almost feel like when they look at black men, it's like, oh, you guys are being irresponsible deliberately. Like, you didn't go through this, even though we went through the same things they did, the same mental state, the same impoverished environments, we had the same financial problems, we had the same mental scars, but for some reason, we're taking the mickey deliberately. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's, again, that sort of thing where too many of us have gone from being pre-teens straight to the man of the house. Yes, and there are circumstances around it, I know. A lot of the times because of absent parents or whatever in the family. But I find it's very rare. Even me being an 80s baby, so I feel like I'm one of the, us lot being one of the last lot, because you were like early 90s, aren't you? Yeah. So like, I feel like we're one of the last lot that have had that, because I feel like the younger ones, like the Gen Z and 2000s kids, I think they got it a bit easier. It looks like it anyway. But I think that falls into it as well. I've never understood that whole needed to jump from one to another. I get, again, circumstances around it, but I feel like black men, when we're black boys, don't get to experience our childhood as well, or enjoy it. I think that's another thing as well. And it's like people forget and put it on us, and it's like they just see us. And it's funny how they say how unaccomplished we are, but they expect us to be able to do miracles. It's a bit weird, like. So, but I don't know. It's
like I say, it all comes down to two main factors when we're talking about demonizing black men in the media. Number one factor is that any mistake that they get is overly pushed, and it's on the front of every newspaper. Bro, they took the mick. Listen, they done. I think some black guy, some football player must have done some rape. They put Stormzy's picture.
Oh my god!
Now they can keep saying that they're making mistakes, but bro, let me tell you something. Stormzy, we as black people know the difference between Stormzy and Thing. Now we can say ignorantly wise, that all Chinese people look the same. So I might just put up a picture of a Chinese person and say, yeah, Chinese person committed a crime. Yeah. But we're not saying that. We're saying in a country of such multiculturalism, you cannot make mistakes like that. Literally. You cannot make mistakes like that. You cannot do it. You can't, as a newspaper that is sending out to globally and to everybody in the world and everybody in the UK, you cannot make mistakes of putting a black person's face. So we have the media, which is against us, Then number two, we have our own people that are just waiting for us to fall. Listen to what they say when a black man makes a mistake. I knew something was wrong about him. So in your heart, you had something against
him. Yeah, 100%.
The hate you gave little infants forever, bro. Fuck life. That's why man grew up want to kill each other. How can man say, he's from that ends, I'm from this ends, I need to kill him? That's the hate you gave little infants forever. The white youths in the area, the Asian youths in the area cutting through nicely. Man don't see them on the road driving. Man's not looking for them. We're looking for a group of black youths. I don't care if I know them or not. There's a group of black youths on this block. I'm wiping them out. That's hate, bro. Yeah. That's hate. Even though it's a minority, but that still trickles down into how we are as black people in general. Man will see you online doing well and start hating on you. You know how much man that, bro, saw me low, now see me moving up, they're like, oh, fuck this guy, I don't like him anymore. I'm like, why not, bro? What have I done? I might be speaking on different topics. Now, like, I've done well and my thing's popping off. Why don't you hate? Why don't you like me? I don't like topics to talk about. They would have found any reason to not like you. Because the hate you gave little infants forever. I keep talking about this thing because it's real. Once you teach us how to hate each other, we don't know how to unsubscribe from them. We're just in the muddle that we hate each other. Now, if you look in any other community, the hate is because of like money or family feud. It's rarely because I just don't like you, because we could do business in the future. You know what I'm saying? There could be a business venture that we both could do. But because there's so much disunity, there's no business ventures. And that's why I think podcasting for olders is the best thing. Like for youngers, they just got drill music. That's what they do. All of them, I think, express themselves through drill. Yeah, we want to link up, make a drill tune. Yeah, don't know my G. Like they're on that vibe now. Does that make sense? They all link up. Youths from Camden will link up with youths from Bricky, and Bricky youths will link up with Croydon youths, and Croydon youths will link up with Church Road. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they're kind of making their links. But as elders, we should be making our links through podcasting, because this is the thing for us now. You know what I'm saying? I was telling man like the other day, bro, rapping and all that now, like man been rapping for 20, 30 years. Like you're doing it for like, you're doing it for the sake of just doing it. The younger generation, they're not going to listen to man because they don't, if you're not talking about what they want to hear, and what they want to hear is demon music, Stabbed that youth in the neck, made him swim and float. Like that's all they want to hear, bro. Like even the girls are on it. Or they want to hear some nastiness. If you've got a lane already and you've been doing your lane and you've got your little fan base, then you're good. Like Gigs can be 50, bruv, still rapping. Man will still listen to him. Gigs will be saying, when I mash out the thing with the works. Man will still listen to him. Because it's Gigs. It's a whole different person. He bossed in the era where man was meant to boss. Does it make sense? And he's been consistent over all the years. So it's like you can't really talk about Gigs, but anyone else, and not on that plateau of Gigs, you can't really. If you ain't been in the game for years, you ain't gonna bust as a big man. Because the young youths, they're looking at is what have you done? What work are you putting in? This is what the youths respect now. Where's your money? Show me your dough. You can speak the most conscious thing in the world. They don't want to hear that. They just want to know raw. What work have you put in? And it reminds me of when I was younger. I used to think that kind of same silly mindset. I used to look at certain olds and be like, he's washed, man. The man will be like, word. And they'll be like, he ain't putting no work, man. What's he actually done on the block, man? Come on, man. That man ain't done nothing, bruv. We've put in more work. And that's how the youngers thinking out. We've put in more work. But that's the destroyed mindset that we need to stop having, bro. We need to normalize our kids being nerds, bro. And we need to normalize that black men do make mistakes and that they are allowed to come back from it.
That's another one. It's like we got one strike and we're done. We're not allowed to make no mistakes.
We're not allowed to make any mistakes, bro. Like people, look, bro, all of the rich people are getting divorced, Jeff Bezos, this guy, that guy. But they're highlighting Dr. Dre. Why? Dr. Dre's not even in the media. Dr. Dre is so low key, bro. I'm talking about the guy made the beats. Bro, the Beats headphones out for like 2 years, I swear, I didn't even know it was by him. And it says, buy Dr. Dre. I just thought these headphones are sick. I need a pair of them. I didn't even know about Dre. So what I'm trying to say is that obviously we don't realize how much that we do destroy our own selves. So we have Dr. Dre, he's going for a divorce, but everyone else is going for a divorce, but let's demonize his one. Kanye West going for a divorce. Bro, man came on an interview and said, bro, I don't want to divorce my wife. I don't know why all these media outlets are making it look like man's getting divorced and all that. We ain't divorced yet. Make it seem like this and that. I've done things I've regretted. And I just thought in my head, raw. See how media plays? We would have all thought that he wanted to divorce his wife. The way everyone's playing it out is if like they're going through big conflicts. And he said it's nothing like that. I want to be home with my children. I bought a yard in their yard so I could be close to my children. That's the stuff they don't tell you about. But he had to say it for himself. It's like we can't, like I said, we have to be very careful as black men. When we see a black man getting dragged through the media, that we look at it from a very objectionable way, not just agreeable. Like we're just like, you know what? He's definitely done this. He definitely done that. Because that's the problem that we have. Because we demonize our own and then let everyone else cut through. You got man like Jimmy Shaw. You got bare mad people doing madness, bro. Like I saw recently a white youth just killed. I can't remember what happened. I swear it was like some kid got killed, like a baby. They killed the 6-year-old. Right. Do you not even hear about that?
Is that over here or is that
in over here, bro? Did you hear about that?
No, I think I saw a pitch actually. It happened 2021. Did they have like pictures of like previous kids that have been killed as well? No,
these 6-year-old kid was killed by the parents, bro. I think it was the real father and the stepmother.
Yeah.
And they mashed up the youth, bro. They punished the youth. Got videos of them torturing the youth.
What?
Wow.
So what I'm saying is, why isn't that put to the forefront right now? All right, cool. Let me just be devil's advocate right now. If you think that as a black woman and a black man, how big do you think that would be?
I'll be all over, man. I'll be all over.
Very, very big. It's not going to be slept on at all. We're going to all know about it. And it's going to keep on going on.
I saw that case recently and I was like, what the hell? This is some devil stuff, man. Poor little 6-year-olds. Because you know kids are very vulnerable, bro.
Yeah.
Like...
Can I say something though, which might, I don't know.
Go on.
But you see, because I know the media does control it, so that doesn't help. But you see, one thing I will say, i.e. that the mother and father doing that to the child, when it came to at least that community, whether there's much media or not, part of the not much media is them ostracizing them. Quietly, pushing them, they're not part of us. I find the problem with us is we could have the same problem, exact same thing, but we like to, first of all, we don't ostracize those people, I don't find. I can't think of what you got to do in the black community to get ostracized. Because if you kill somebody, you ain't going nowhere. You do something to a little kid, depending on what happened, depending on who you are, nothing ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Not too tough. It has to be something literally proper bait in front of bare people, and even then, we might not ostracize those people. What's weird about our community is those of us who were talking about earlier that act white and try to get away in a good way, they're more likely to be ostracized by our community first than a man that went to go ride out on the next crew. They did a drive-by and licked a 10-year-old. We're not going to ostracize them. We're going to go to the girl's funeral. We're going to cry and be like, oh, why do we keep doing this? We know why. Because nobody wants to snitch on them lot. But the youth that went to fucking Leeds University, that you lot thinks is a bounty and he's got his white girlfriend or whatever, you lot will boil him off quicker though.
Yeah.
What do you lot think of interracial relationships? And when I say interracial, I'm talking about white and black. I don't look at people with melanin in their skin as interracial. I have my facts.
Do you want to? No, me too. I've got an answer because I've been thinking about this the whole time too. So I don't know if you want to, because I have an answer on this. I do.
Do you know what? I don't think it's bad. I feel like, okay, let's just say black and white. I feel like that white person needs to also educate themselves with us as well. I think the whole point of coming together, you need to learn from me, I learn from you. I feel like a lot of the time, not just white people, but a lot of people that are not black, they have ignorance to our sort of culture, and they always go for the stereotypes first. Like, oh, I thought you guys done this. No, it's not like that. It's just what the media puts out there. We're not like that at all. So I feel like it's okay to do interracial dating, but you need to learn each other properly because, yeah, I don't see no issue in it, to be honest. But it's only bad when, for example, you get these guys on YouTube as well that say, oh yeah, black women are this, that, and the other, because they're trying to put whoever they're dating on a pedestal and break down, you know, a black woman, for example. I don't believe in that at all. But I feel like if you want to date white, black, pink, whatever, do your thing in it. But I don't have any issues personally, you know.
Okay, do you know what? I'll be honest, yeah. I used to kind of have an issue with it, and I know exactly what you mean about the melanated thing, because my missus is light skin. We both get all colours all the time. That's a whole other conversation. And she looks mixed race, but she's not even mixed. She's Creole. She's Caribbean. Anyway, yeah. So with see, the interracial thing's funny because I used to be one of those people that would be like, I don't know why black guys are going for white girls and so on, because a lot of the time I would see the people you're referring to. It's very much in this sort of angry sort of way, this anti-black woman thing. But again, when I'm around people, and even people to myself, first of all, like I said earlier, I come to realise that when I was around some of these kind of women, some of them, it's like even some of my own assumptions from them went in some cases, because it's like, oh, I can see why somebody might get sucked in, because some of them do have different demeanours, not so much better than black women, but what we're used to sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Even with some of them, their big hang up isn't money, because, and I know it's circumstantial, but because certain, we're talking about white women, for example, because some of them come from not even a well-off family, but enough that they didn't have to worry. When it comes to you, to the point where they'll even spend money on you, and again, and that's not all the be or end all, but she's not going to define you by your money. That's not even in the equation. Like, I've seen people suggest it, and the white woman's been like, no, don't be stupid. Like, why would that? Like, don't be stupid. So there's that as well. Okay, this is the biggest problem I have with what's happening at the moment, because I am appreciating the fact that, and my mindset has changed, and I'm appreciating the fact there is more interracial relations. I think it's good, actually, because I think it's slowly helping our image slightly. Not because we're other people, but because I feel like more and more people are opening their eyes to be like, we're not all the things we assumed. So that's good, because, again, very slowly, but it's happening. But on the flip side, from the black women's side, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like they don't feel like we can be any different from what they assume we're to be. And when we try to be like we're described, we're considered strange. Because I've seen, and even been people I've been in friends and peer groups with, and white women some of them have told me some explicit stuff, because when you actually get cool with some of these people, they'll tell you some of the things. And I'm somebody that I think I've been fortunate enough to make them at least comfortable enough, but they've told me I would have been racist if I wasn't around certain people. If it was just down to my family, I would have hated black people, and I didn't even know why. It's just what they're told. And some of them actually been like, but people they've grown up around, whatever, like, you lot are not like that. Like, and to the point where when they actually sit and see us, because I've heard on the flip side as well, one of some of the good things they say, obviously they like them and their skin, they consider a lot of us funny. They consider a lot of us confident. The things, when they do say positive things, you notice that these are the exact same traits that generally people say that are good to get women with. That they say positive with. When it comes on the black woman side, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. And again, this is where I suppose there's divisions, because I've heard this from a more light-skinned woman thing. I've heard more appreciative things from lighter-skinned women or other black women about black men than black women. It's like they can, it's like, I don't know, maybe because they're looking from a different lens. I feel like my light-skinned missus is even more highlighted to issues because we've been together for time, but we used to go to college together, everything. The issues I will get just being a darker brother, just from her being light-skinned and a woman, and I'm not saying a dark-skinned woman wouldn't get it, but I've had what feels like more empathy from her. She will highlight, she sees it more, even more so. And maybe because our partner's dark-skinned, I don't know. But compared to a dark-skinned woman, it's going to be more the case of not that she didn't see it, but it's like, oh, why are you moaning? I get the same thing as you. But it's like, so I can't moan. It's not nice, fam. Like, because you do get tired every day. Look, I shouldn't even say every day like that, but you do get tired of coming in the house as a black man. You're already a man. Yeah, men don't already get the tax generally. Then you're black. People have got stigmas. Even traveling to and from where you're going, you don't know what's happening.
Trust me.
And then going to do what you're doing, and then you get some people that actively stop us from trying to do something progressive. I'll tell you what, yeah, because even when you think,
That's real. I felt that a few times. I felt that a few times,
bro.
I felt that a few times, bro, in my life. I felt that,
bro. Because even our presence, the way we are attired, yeah, I can certainly say I've had as much stigma if I'm dressing road compared to if I'm going somewhere corporate, going to a work environment or something. Because on the flip side, I've had people, men of other races, kind of screw me in my suit and that. And it's like, oh, it's not because you think we're thugs. You just don't want us to win. Because you can see I'm not... You see when I'm dressed road and people give me a stigma, okay, it's not nice, but I low-key get it because it's like, I know what I look like today. Sometimes it's deliberate, sometimes it's like rags, I don't care. I know I'm going to mess with some people's heads. I can't be fucked today. Whatever. But when it's a point where I'm going somewhere that's not of that, and even so you can tell by my attire, my demeanour, to the fact I've even braided my hair a different way, everything. And you're giving me that, hey, oh, it's not because you don't really think we're all fucks, you just don't want us to win. But I noticed that second one from the men. I noticed with the women, you talk about our white, even if they're not into black men that much, even if they've initially got that, oh, black men, like, I'm not sure, you can be like a train example, an environment where they'll see you for long. If you pray it long enough, I say this all the time, I get this thing, I get white women on me all the time, I don't know why. You can almost hear their brain going off, like, why is he wearing that? Where is he going? He's not, if they're hearing the phone, he's not talking a certain way, or he hasn't caused any trouble yet. He's supposed to rob somebody by now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mad stereotype.
He's going off at Bond Street.
Yeah. Didn't expect.
He's not getting off at Stratford or Harlesden or Stockwell or Edmonton. Oh, he's got so you know. But again, with the men, I see more confusion on the men's face. Like, where is he going? Now, if I was to be more road and the men saw me, then they don't seem surprised. Oh, God.
Another one, innit?
Another road G. And then you get the women who are more like, oh shit, it's one of them. But on the flip side, if I'm just road and I go past a black woman, if they see, she's going to look at me, she's going to come sit near me. Why? Because you feel comfortable next to me. But if I've got the suit thing on, you do get the odd one or two that will pre you. Yeah. But if anything, bruv, I get more confusion. They get this guy, and then just like you said earlier, this one, he thinks he's too nice. You know how much times I heard that? He thinks he's too nice. Why? Because What? Because I wash my body today. You know that once, bro.
Mad.
But yeah, bro. So if I find it for me, I find it's gender as well. It's mad.
Yeah.
And I think more and more, I feel like more and more, I'm talking about white women, are, because I've realised, I've come to realise with a lot of them is what they've been passed on, what they've been told about black people. Because a lot of them ain't growing up anywhere around us. And they feel like the more they've been around us, grew up around us, especially in the last, let's say 40 years, tons of white people going around black people. And you see, even in their friendship groups, you see more and more interracial friendship groups. Because they're not listening to what their mum, dad, their grandparents, whatever said, stay away from them N-words. They're like, nah, then it's not a big deal. But again, I'd love to know the black woman side of things, because I don't know what you lot want. Because even when we've gone to the things you say we don't do, you guys always got something to say, or it's like, oh, I bet he's with a white woman. Well, we got to start exploring. There's got to be a reason for this. There's no
Smoke without fire.
Bruv, I've never heard of this unwritten rule that as soon as we blow, we get a white chick. I've never heard this. It's not in our blueprint. So something's going wrong somewhere, bro.
Maybe man's progressing too much and she don't want to see more. It's all kinds of reasons. But I believe that interracial relationships, it's crazy, because what I would class as an interracial relationship, people would probably not say different. I don't believe that an Asian person with a black person interracial. And the reason being is because they're both people with melanin in their skin. The child's gonna come out melanated, no matter what. And not only that, but if you remember closely, when Christopher Columbus and all these mad people went to Caribbean, they called it the West Indies.
They thought it was in India.
They thought it was in India. So that means that the people must have been having that in the skin. And from extensive research that I've recently come across, you're not gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I found out that the first man on the planet wasn't actually in Africa. It was actually in India. Yeah. Do your research. Don't take what I say. Go and do your research. Because in India, there's different types of tribes of black people that we don't know about. We think Asian people are Asian, but they're not. Some of them look darker than mine. There's actually a tribe called the Jawara tribe. The Jawara tribe, yes. They're like some indigenous people. They're the last Stone Age people to actually be alive on an island in India. You know what I'm saying? They're the last people ever of like that Stone Age to be alive, and they still have their traditions from over like millions of years ago. So, I don't believe that Asian people being with a black person or person of melanin in their skin with a black person is interracial. I just believe it's a normal relationship. But I believe that a white person with a black person, that's interracial. It's interracial for two reasons. It's interracial because of culture, and it's interracial because of skin color. Because because an Asian person and a black person, they both might be Muslim, so they can agree on culture, and now their skin color is not that far off. They're both light skin, you know what I'm saying? You get a brown skin gal, you know what I'm saying? So it's not too far off, and they eat the kind of same foods. They eat curry goat, we eat curry goat. You know, you see what I'm saying? It's not too far. They spice up their thing, you know what I'm saying? Look, down little. They know their thing, roti and all. You want a roti?
Very similar.
That sounds like my thing. What do you put in your what that? Let me see. So it's not that far off. Does it make sense? A white person, they be talking about right. But some of them anyway, they just learn how to season chicken from black people. But what I'm saying, even though they have to wash their meat.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't understand.
Ask 9 out of 10 of them, do you wash your meat? They say, wash your meat. Why? The meat's clean. I've never heard that in my life. My mum's always showed me you have to wash the meat first thing with lemon, And you see all them things that come off when you wash it. The little things that you don't clock, you know what I'm saying? So 100%. I don't class that as interracial. I call class as a white person with a black person interracial. Now, is it wrong? I don't believe love has a colour. Let me just say this, If one person that's black or one woman, even if I see a black woman with a white man, I don't look at it as anything wrong, because I don't feel like love has a colour. I don't feel like having feelings has a colour. There's no colour to love. There's no colour. There's some people that on this back African stuff to say, you have to marry a black woman or you're not part of the black movement. I'm like, that's the most stupidest thing, because you could be with a woman that's not black that supports your movement more than a flipping black woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know men that's with black women and they're like, why are you going out to do this? Why are you going out to do that? Forget all of that rubbish, man. You know what I'm saying? Because she's so in tune. Then you have the other woman that is not even black that's saying to you, you
Whatever
better
you
go
wanna
out
do.
there because that's your people's. Make sure you ride out. You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to come with you? And she's got a belly on, gloves on, she's with you. Like, raw. She's not even black, bro. But she's supporting the movement. She understands. She got empathy. You know what I'm saying? So it's mad how people just class this interracial thing as like, raw, like it's a bad thing. I feel like if somebody is in love and they're black or they're white and they're in love, that's their thing. I can't worry about them. And it's funny how we've got to a point where we're talking about interracial things, like are interracial relationships good or bad? When you got people that are changing from man to woman and woman to man, like there's bigger things going on, right?
Exactly.
We need to stay like awoke. We need to stay with our eyes open and not be confused. There's things that we're paying attention to. It doesn't really, you know what I'm saying?
No need.
Because even if the black woman has a child of the white man, I'll say this to everyone: the child's more likely to come out black.
Yep.
The child's gonna have melanin in their skin. If they get with a black person again, the child's black. They're back into black. Do you see where I'm going? It's so easy to get back into that black. We black people will never lose, bro. We never lose when it comes to integrating into any society. The child always comes out looking more like us. You know what I'm saying? You get with an Asian woman, even if her name's a nose straight like straight. Baby's coming out of a black nose, bro. Black lips, bro. Man have light skin, but black nose, black lips. One look at the child, he's got the hair, you're like, he's there, he's a black. Then he gets with a black woman, the child's back black. You know what I'm saying? We don't dilute too much, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even see the point in people talking about interracial relationships is bad and, you know, people should stick to their owns. And I feel that's the old ways, man. I feel like in 2021, we're you can't be in a country that's so multicultural and think like that because you could fall in love with anyone. In this society, it doesn't make sense. And it could be on the base of belief, religion, culture. There's so many other factors to it. It's not just one thing like skin color, like, oh, you're not black, so I can't be with you. But we agree on everything else. We agree on everything else. We're like soulmates mentally, but we're not being together because of our skin color. Some Romeo and Juliet rubbish, but we're not in them times now. You know what I'm saying? And the people that have this, and then black women be like, black men don't want black women. But there's a reason why women start to feel like that. And I think the biggest reason for that is the insecurity in a lot of women. Does it make sense? Like some black women are insecure about us not wanting them, but it's not that we don't want them. It's that we've learned our value, and our value is not to be, you know, just to be with a woman for the sake of being with one. We want to be with a woman because she's actually good for us. You know what I'm saying? We don't just want to be with a woman just for the sake of being with her. We want to be with a woman because she's actually good for us.
Exactly.
What do you think of the state of social media at the moment?
Well, I think it's in a good place in the sense of, you know, people building business. That's probably the best thing that's come out of it, really. Awareness to certain things that we wasn't aware of before. But I think overall it's caused a lot of damage in the sense of people's mental health. Definitely. Comparing your life to someone else's. I would say that's the most standout thing anyway. You know, and this is where like the trolls and that, they try to live through celebrities as well, looking at their life. They feel like they can't get those things, so they cuss them, they do all these things online as well. So for the most part, it's done very well. Because if you think about it, someone that's like 18, got their own business, they're doing everything. I think it's actually done a lot for the black community, I think. 100%. In terms of businesses, young people, 16, 17, 18, they're making
good money.
Yeah, really good money. So social media, and we even done an episode about that as well. It's like a gift and a curse, really. It just depends how people use it. A lot of people are using it for the wrong reasons, and they're going to really regret it as well, because they're seeing all these younger people and whatever, they're doing good things with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, used in the right way is fine, but you know, a lot of people are using it for the wrong things. Like, you know, you have these troll profiles. What are you doing? That's not getting you no money. That's not, what is that doing?
It's getting them satisfaction of the mental state of thinking that they're bringing another person down. Because trolls 9 out of 10, they're here to try and like demoralize you. Like to make you feel less of a person. But my thing is this, if you're got so much energy and time to do that, if you put that same effort into just like trying to create something like business wise or just something just like mentally for yourself, you'd actually progress more in your life than you would trolling people. You know what I'm saying? What do you think of social media, the state of it?
No, I think it's similar as well. I mean, it's opened up a lot of things for quite a few people, and it has helped our community. Because because haven't always had the start, the beginning. So again, it's good publicity. It makes people start their businesses. In some ways, encourage others to be ambitious and stuff. Unfortunately, very similar to what you're saying as well, the percentage of those people compared to those that consume their time and energy and making trolling, fake accounts, and things like hate watching. We talk about hate watching a lot.
What's hate watching?
So when you're watching somebody or something that you don't agree with, but you just constantly
Keep on
going. A bit like with we're talking about your TikToks and stuff. So people hate watch. So Kevin Samuels, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, there's a few people talk about, actually quite a few, talk about, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that, but they watch every show.
Yep, that is true.
I'm not subscribed to him. That's fine, but you give him a view every day.
Every day, yeah.
And then, especially when they say something you don't like, you share it. So you're hate watching.
So dumb. Bro.
It's very similar to ones that, and I'm pretty sure the ones that shared it, because it was, one woman was cussing on a post, and then it was a share. The next person started cussing. So you disliked what I said or however I said it, and that prompted you to share this with the world. That don't make sense to you, bro. If you say something to me and it's a bag of shit, I'm barely gonna tell anybody I spoke to you, fam.
Thank you very much.
Just like,
but that's the over emotional response of some women. They're overly emotional. That they're not even thinking of it. You see how you're logically contextualizing it in a logical way. See how much sense that makes to me and it makes to him? It will not make sense to them, bro. To them, they're just thinking, I need to espouse everyone to this fool. But all you're doing is giving them publicity. So the same person you say that you hate, you're just making people like him even more, because someone might be watching the video and think, no, but maybe he did have a point. Now you're like, why did he have a point? Now you're arguing with someone else. Like, you shared the video to argue with someone else.
Bro.
You're mad. I'm telling you, bro. So this is why now, that hate watching for me is like, I personally can't do it, and I wouldn't even stand to it. And I've said this to everyone. If I don't like something, that comes up on my timeline, or comes up on my TikTok, I just say not interested. I'm not interested in a lot of things. And I want my algorithms to know that this stuff is not what I like. I want you lot to get it right and know what I like. Now my algorithms kind of got what I like. And my algorithms is mad. They will throw a video to me that they know I will do a reaction to. So they'll put a woman saying, and just give out the pussy. And I'm like, you'll do that? Yeah, cool. I'm like, you're setting me up. This is a setup. This is a setup. Because you know what I'm about to do. Like, they'll send me things that they know that I will probably react to. Like, social media is very smart. And how they manipulate us into liking stuff and to keep us entertained. So, social media for me is it's become a great tool to network. And that's all I look at it as a networking tool. A great place to put out ideas and get to know different types and different walks of life of people that you probably wouldn't have met in real life. Especially when we're in our own little bubbles and worlds. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think the good thing. The downside of social media is similar to what both of you lot said. The trolling side. The women, I think the biggest thing for me anyway is seeing that some women use it as a place to vent.
Emotional baggage.
It's like a dumping ground. I had a bad day with my man. She'll come on my post. My post to be about fairy tales. You men ain't shit. What the hell? What have I done to you? Are you all right? Then I'm saying, are you all right? You're a narcissist. Why? Explain to me. What have I done to you? That's a narcissist. You know what you done. You're just like all the other men. I don't even know you.
You see them 4 comments? You could have just wrote what was wrong in the first place, you know.
Just wrote it. Just write it. So it's like, on that side of it, like, I can't, that's the part of social media, I'm like, you know, cool. I'm not even really gonna, sometimes I'll entertain certain things. Sometimes I'll be like, I'm not entertaining this today. I ain't even got time for it. So social media, like I said, if you use it in the right way, it can be productive for you. If you use it in the wrong way, it can be counterproductive for you. Big counterproductive. You can be on, and one time, this is the reason why I deleted Snapchat. This is the reason why I deleted Snapchat. So basically I had Snapchat and I was on Snapchat for like 4 to 5 hours, bro, in the morning one day. And my day off, and I was in bed from 7, and I looked at my phone and I think it was like 12. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Crazy. So about 5, 6 hours. And I said, is this what you really made me do? It's like when I got out of bed, I felt like I came out of a different world. I said, is this what you made me do?
Yeah,
I said, you will never do this again to me. You took up like this time of my life, I'll never get back. Man. Got the app, deleted it. But then when I deleted it, I still get notifications. Like, why is it I'm getting notifications? Because basically, you need to deactivate the app. You have to go through some next way and deactivate yourself in the app. So I had to go through and deactivate, and I've never been on Snapchat ever since. They don't like they got a Snapchat profile now, but I don't even check for it. It's just there because I thought some people might subscribe to Snapchat, so when I put a post on Snapchat, they might watch it, then watch this. But besides that, I'm not on them stuff because I realize that some of them things they can just take up a lot of your time. If you've got like lots of things going on in your life, you ain't got time to be wasting. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that social media does with a lot of people, makes them waste a lot of time watching things that are not beneficial. Like I was watching people's lives, I'm like, I need to work on my own life. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching everyone, you watch people go gym all day, but not lift one weight. Doesn't make sense. You got to start, you know what I'm saying, doing the right thing for yourself. So that's what I limit my social media use to a certain extent. I like times where I'm just off of it. You know what I'm saying? It might look like I'm posting a lot, but I'm not. It's at intervals. So I'd have like an hour, I'd be like, 1, 2, 3 posts. Then I lock off. 1, 2, 3 posts. Lock off. 1, 2, 3 posts. Lock off. You know what I'm saying? And I come in and out, and then that's me. But yeah, I think people should start using it in the right ways to network, build, and make money, and then that will be more successful for you. Don't get caught up in the rat race of, you know, wanting to flex, wanting to, you know what I'm saying? Because you can do it, but what is it going to bring for your life's benefit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
That's it, man. But thank you lot for coming through, man.
Thanks for having us, man. Yeah,
it's
man.
Been a pleasure, man. Tell everybody, plug everyone in with your socials.
Oh, done. So yeah, Chat Nuff podcast, YouTube, Chat Nuff. So Chat NUFF podcast. That's how we talk here in UK. Instagram. What we got? Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor.
So that's TikTok now as well. Actually, because set up yesterday.
So
yeah, that as well.
So that's with the audios, but the full visual episodes on YouTube every couple of weeks. We've just done what episode? What 8?
It'll be 9.
Yeah, so 9.
Episode 9.
Episode 9's coming out next week. So every Sunday, every 2 Sundays. So yeah, 7 p.m. Chat Nuff podcast. Yeah, check us out. Look us up. You Google us, you'll see us. We should be at the top.
Yeah.
So come on.
Yeah, man.
Make sure you subscribe.